Yo, what's good? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, it is another one. Listen, look here. We got another one from brother Anton Daniels, and shout out to him. He does amazing work, things like that, man. Brother's very intelligent and very crafty, like seriously. So, shout out to him, real talk. So apparently, of course, he does panels and things like that and stuff. And he sat down, he was talking to, uh, the usual people that he does have on his panel and stuff like that. And shout out to everybody up there. So they're talking about the fact of women having to settle for broke men. Okay, quote unquote broke men. Now we're not talking about bums on the street. Of course not. Let's rule it out. You're homeless, things like that, living up under a bridge. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, we're not talking about not even dudes that possibly work at fast food places or things like that. We're talking about the range of from a good 40 to 50 something thousand, something like that, which is the average norm for most people over here in America. We're talking about the basic middle class. We're not even talking about the upper middle class. What I'm saying? See, this is the thing right here that I'm talking about. Hold on. I'm talking about the people that actually are keeping America working. The trash men, the chefs, the individuals that work the normal jobs, but actually do make pretty decent money. We could trash $40,000 to $50,000 all we want to, but this is the thing: if you are actually, living in your means, 40 to 50,000, you can, take a little bit, invest, and grow from there. But the thing of it is, women trying to figure this out about how, can they should be able to, level up more and things like that, and they should be able to get this man that's making, above them. They can't respect the man that's making the same as them. Listen, look, especially in the black community, women have always worked. I mean, let's just keep this 100 here. All right. So, all right, what we're going to do now is we're going to dive off into this, man. We're going to put these quarters, nickels, and dimes in on the times.
When I know that there are a lot of women who aren't experiencing these things with black
men. You're forgetting the fact that two things can be true at the same time. So let me speak to what you just said, right? Again, you're not speaking to a person that's bitter, because I'm very much happy with who it is that I'm with, right? And the experiences that I've had with women. More importantly, though, there is a messed up cultural problem with black men too. And that's why I say that I'm an equal accountability smoke giver, because I call them out in the same way. And I say, yo, y'all fucked up. And the shit that y'all embrace and what y'all created and so on and so forth. And so three things can be true at the same time. Three things can be true at the same time. And the entire culture by which we exist, including Western culture, including the thing that men have. Listen, the only difference is that men understand that when we fail, society holds us accountable, and that's going to be the end of the conversation. That's the only difference between the experiences between men, black men specifically, black women, and then culturally, right? That's the only difference. Western culture, we held accountable by default, and that's what gives us the leg up in this conversation a lot of times when we have in this conversation with women, because we know and we've experienced the no safety net. What y'all are doing, and the reason why a lot of times, and again, we speak to the majority, not all women or all men, but we got to speak to the majority. The problem is that y'all refuse to acknowledge, and yet y'all not getting the results as a whole. When we have these conversations, we use our anecdotal experiences in order to qualify what we're saying, but as a whole, y'all are losing. And so if the entire culture is losing, then that means that the first way that you solve it is that you got to acknowledge that you got a problem. And acknowledging that you got a problem does not mean that you throwing women under the bus. It means that you holding them accountable because you want better. The problem is that we got people.
Do you really want to make your...
All right, hold on.
Oh no, it's not all black women. Yes, it's a cultural problem. It is. And if you want to solve for a problem, you got to solve for the majority, not the minority.
So is the solution of that problem to date outside your race while saying how all black women ain't shit? Is that the solution?
But I don't hear guys saying all black women ain't shit. That's the problem with the statement. I think that people can have preferences.
My thing of this is, and yes, I'm finna chime in here with probably a nickel. Yeah, my thing of it is for the past 50 something plus years, women have been saying all black men ain't shit. I mean, we know this. We know this to be true. And what we would like as men is for women to acknowledge that's what they've been saying for the past 50 something years almost now. And, stop projecting what they've been saying about men onto men that like we say that about women. You know what I'm saying? Like in mass, men, we don't say that in mass, that just all, women ain't shit or all black women not shit. We don't say that in mass. It's not until recently that we've gotten to this point right here to where we started accepting the fact that a lot of black women do not actually move in the way that they need to move. And what I meant by, that's the reason why I titled it the way that I titled it. Are women actually selling, or is it just their sexual marketplace value that they don't want to accept?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Let's just keep this honest. Yeah, I'm finna dive off into it. I'm gonna go ahead on and put a diamond on it now. Is it that they just don't want to accept their sexual marketplace value? Listen, look, we're talking about the normal average here, the average salary. This is what this is based upon. This is where this is coming up from, the 40 to 50. We know you go 60 and above. We understand that. It is what it is. The thing of it is the majority of people are living in the 40 to 50 on a base average of across America. This is how this goes. And we want to, the only way that families are going to be sustainable, that you could actually have a quality family. And see, one thing we've gotten away from, we're too busy worried about ourselves instead of worried about the next generation. I'm just being honest here. The whole point of families coming together is to promote the next generation of their family to get higher. Now, the thing of it is that, okay, a lot of women, they're making money, stuff like that. Cool. Yeah, they're 40 to 50, things like that. Some even doing 60. Okay, cool. But the thing of it is that you're still actually not accepting your sexual marketplace value as a woman. It's totally different from what you make on these damn jobs. Let's just keep this 100 out here. And this is what a lot of women are not willing to accept anymore. Well, I'm making 60, he's making 45, maybe 50. I can't respect him because he's making less than me. I can't respect him because he's okay. Then, at the end of the day, yes, you're a clerk at a fucking dental's office. Are you a dental assistant or something like that? Okay, you make a little bit more. Okay, who cares? You're supposed to make the money, not let the money make you.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
That's never how it works. Throughout times in the black community, there's been plenty of times where the women have made more than their husbands, but back then they didn't clown those men about it, because at the end of the day, long as he kept getting up, going to work, doing the right thing, bringing the money home respectfully, she had the respect for him because she knew he wasn't a fucking bum out on the streets. When half you chicks will sit out here, you would date men out of prison, you would date Pookie and Tyrone. He could barely spell his own damn name and shit, but then you'll spend all your money with him, get your feelings hurt. Then at the end of the day, you looking at the guy that's the trash man, or in one of these average jobs, and you look at him like less than when you was dating a damn drug dealer. The fuck are you talking about?
What the French toast is there to think about?
So let's not go there. Let's not go there. It boggles my mind. The levels, they'll be okay with a drug dealer peddling drugs to kids and all this other type of stuff. And he gets the cooch wet and things like that. But then a hard worker, trash man, a chef, or, a man that works a decent job, he's a manager maybe at Walmart, something like that. They make decent money. So, it's like, listen, look, you're supposed to come together with your resources and then actually start building from there. That's why it's called building, people. That's why it's called building. It doesn't matter how much either one of them make. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women get in their pride bag because they make a tiny bit more than the man that they choosing to settle down with. But shit, though, you know, they'll date a bum for control. Come on, man.
But at the same time, nobody is saying all black women ain't shit. I personally don't hear people saying that at large. I don't hear them say.
So I got that part, but my thing is, if we know that's not the case, why is that always the focus?
The majority of it is the case.
No, but it's not though.
Women ain't shit. Listen, Jazz.
The majority of black people are not shit. Like,
okay,
come on, now we gotta give ourselves.
Let me ask you a question, Jazz. Are you telling me you're not hard pressed to go outside and let's say you dating a woman that's over 30 years old, that the majority of the women that's in the dating pool are single baby mamas? You telling me that that's not true?
Wait, running back. You said
if you go outside and you dealing with a woman that's over 30 years old and she in the dating pool, you telling me that it's not a strong possibility that more often than not she's a single mother?
Maybe. I don't know, because I mean, here's the thing. Like, when I look at my friends, they're all over 30, majority, and they're single. A majority of them do not have kids. I don't have kids. I have one friend who's my best friend. She has 2 kids from a marriage. She's going through divorce now. You know what I'm saying? So unfortunately, but that's neither here nor there. So it's like, I can't really say that. I know that baby mothers exist. I know that they're there.
Listen. That's a single mom.
No offense, but if you still think,
sorry about the commercials, but it is what it is.
Oh, that's fair, because I asked you about your own anecdotal experiences, and that's not what your experience is. That's fair. I'll rock with that. That's fair. I don't have a problem with that because I asked you specifically about your own personal experiences.
But do you guys feel away when women come out and say, "Oh, ain't all these men ain't shit? All these men ain't no good. They all broke." I don't like that either. Like,
and yes, I definitely agree with Q. Yeah, nobody likes that, but you know, women have been saying that, like I said before, for the past 50 years. So like, we kind of got used to it now.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
You can't make this shit up.
No, you can't. Men have kind of gotten used to hearing that now. Y'all been, you know, women collectively, women have been saying that for so long now. And we know these are facts. Let's not try to negate that. It's the truth. Women have been saying this for decades now. That, you know, well, y'all men ain't shit. Y'all men, y'all don't do this. Y'all don't build. Y'all don't create. Y'all don't this. Y'all don't that. We've been hearing it for so long now. Yeah, it go in one ear out the other. Yeah, we still don't like it, but we used to it now.
Like, okay, well, if you want to date a white man, go date a white man. If you want to date a woman, go ahead and date.
They can't get one.
Just don't knock the opposite person. And that's what I'm saying. Man, if you want to go date Chinese, Asian, white, whatever, do that. But don't knock other races in the mix. Like, I just don't think
that's called a tone police.
It's not tone police. Like,
yeah, it is.
You're so interested in white people, go ahead, move along. Like, I'm white too. So I'm like, I just don't like the whole bashing. Like, okay, like, it comes from women too.
I don't think we look at it like y'all. Because if y'all say I couldn't find a black man to provide for me and do this, and you pop over a white dude, I don't look at that as bashing. I look at what you told me.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You probably could find a black man to provide for you.
No.
Okay, let's make this clear right now.
You ain't right, man. Oh, I'm right. You'll see.
Let's make this clear right now. It doesn't matter what race you're in. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Women in each race work. Regardless of whether they're making a little bit more than their man or a little bit under, it doesn't matter. All women work on this planet. Listen, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry that you women have to overwhelmingly work nowadays, but at the end of the day, what it comes down to, the big picture is black women have always worked. That's one thing right there that we need to acknowledge. Black women in this country have always worked. So it's no escaping that point. But, you know, for to get the quote unquote housewife situation that we've seen with Joan Cleaver and all this, you know, from the white side of it, yes, it has happened, but also white women do work as well in the household. So it's like, you know, it's like, to me, in the 21st century, all these women are trying to maneuver and move these chess pieces to figure out a way. Well, we don't want to work. We can't be in our femininity if we work and this and that. For thousands of years, women all over this damn planet work, and they still kept their femininity. So what are we talking about here?
What the French toast is there to think about?
And this is the thing right here. Regardless of what, your man is actually working. He's bringing something in. How about y'all put y'all two badass heads together, and then y'all figure out a way to gain more resources and things like that? If y'all supposed to be actually working together and things like that, you're supposed to be his help meet. So help the man actually meet the demands.
If I said, nah, man, black men ain't shit. Y'all know for good daddies. Y'all mamas wasn't shit. That's why you never gonna be shit. And I'm gonna go ahead and date Tom. That's bashing. Why do I need to bash black men?
Listen, I know enough black men. I know enough black men to believe what you're saying is true, and I know enough black men to believe what you're saying is not true.
Exactly.
So it really don't matter, because that's just your experience. I don't care who you, as long as you happy. I don't give a fuck if he Chinese, purple, or alien.
Okay.
I don't care. You didn't bash black men. You bashed dudes who you talked about.
No, but if we're talking about, these are the majority of men. Black men ain't shit. That's not the men I just dealt with. That's black men, meaning probably majority. That's not true. A lot of people take stuff personal and they talk basically from their experience. They're talking based on, they see a couple men that ain't shit. They talking about their baby daddies. They talking about their daddy that wasn't in their picture. But there are good men, just like there are good women. That's why I'm like, okay, I'm not about this. Just like there's horrible white women, horrible Mexicans, Asians, users. I just like, women don't need to be taking it that far. And I think the same.
Because I was just gonna say, like, your viewpoint is, all these black women over here are like this, so I'm gonna go over here to these women. Meanwhile, that culture of women, or in that culture, there's men saying their women ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's a perspective thing. And like you said, you shouldn't have to put down someone else.
My thing of it is too, you know what I'm saying? And here comes another dime on the situation. The fact of the matter is that we live in a society where now everybody's being lumped in together. The bad men and the good men, it's just all seemed like everybody's lumped in together. The bad women and the good women. In previous times in history, there was a separation of the two on both sides, men and women. You know what I'm saying? Just like you had women that were wife material, they separated themselves from the women of the night, which women of the night used to be called women of the night. Things like that. You know what I'm saying? They dressed a certain type of way. They carried themselves a certain type of way, which was totally separate from the women that were wife material. They dressed a certain type of way. Each segment of of women dressed different to distinguish themselves from each other. But now we have women lumped in together, and they're all dressing the same, just as so as men. At the same time, too, a lot of men, we all dress like the thugs and stuff like that too, to a degree. And it's no separation anymore, because it's okay to dress how you want to dress or appear how you want to appear and things like that. But innately in society, as human beings, we still judge each other off our appearances first. And that's just how it works. And see, what used to happen was the women that were wives actually harshly judged the night women. And they kept these type of women in line, in their place. They didn't allow these type of women to come into their communities, into their homes. They didn't allow these women to tempt their husbands or their sons. They did not allow. Women used to actually stand on fucking business back then. Real wives used to stand on business. They wasn't sitting around here afraid of other women, they won't listen anyway. Who cares whether they're going to listen or not? Either way it go, they're going to have to listen at some point, because you're segregating them to an abyss that they need to stay in. And if they don't like being in set abyss, they're going to correct their behavior. They're going to correct themselves. They're going to actually motivate themselves to be better women, better human beings in order to get into the aspect of your side, which is the wife material side. Okay. So this is what men are talking about out here. There's no women anymore that are willing to correct the night women. So the night women are spilling over into the wife material. Everybody's blurred. The lines are blurred. Everybody's looking the same. That's the reason why we can't tell the damn difference. And that's some of the problem.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
What's
You're
that?
talking about internationally? You said international, like international men are saying that their women ain't shit?
I'm sure they are going through issues with their women. Every culture does. And that's the issue. Y'all pedestalize every other race of people as if they're not going through the same type of issues within their cultures. They may they may be super submissive and listening, but they also probably getting beat the fuck up by their men. I'm just saying. I'm not saying that.
You have evidence?
We're tired of that too. We're sick of that. We're sick of that. No, because if you want to get to the stats of this domestic violence, this DV situation, you get to the stats, you look it up, you know, both parties are involved very hard. Most of the time the women started and then it carries on. And then once the man actually engages with said things, and I'm not saying that he's right, I'm not saying that she's right in that scenario, but the point is that after the man engages, now of course he's going to get the most blame. He's the one that's going to get locked up. He's the one that's going to get shamed because he engaged with her, but the whole time she been slapping his ass across the head with hot pans and skillets and shit and throwing grits on his ass.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
So I'm just saying, you know, the stats don't work that way. The actual stats that the police are recording when they go to these DVs and stuff like that, majority of the time, most women are starting these problems like this because innately in society, we know this in society that women can actually put their hands on a man and, you know, it's supposed to be this and that. But if a man actually opts to do the same thing, it's a damn problem. We know this shit. Let's just keep this real out here.
I'm not saying that's overall consensus. I'm just saying there's, you know,
that's true. Every culture has that type of women.
We have an issue.
Have what kind of women?
You can't pedestalize anyone. Just say, you know what? Just say, you know what? I'm trying to date black women. It's just not working out. I'm gonna expand my horizon and just open myself to other cultures to see what works. Instead of saying, I'm going over here because black women, It's like, bro, you ain't got to do all that to live your life. Why you got to talk shit about me? You know?
Hey, coaches and consultants, come here. Check this out.
Damn, they burning me up on this commercial situation today.
I think black men. Oh, Coach K wanted to speak.
No, you, Miss K.
You said I can speak. Oh, I said I. Oh, okay. I believe black men want black women and black women want black men, but the disconnect comes with ego and pride. Instead of trying to fix the problem, you to point fingers. So nobody want to fix themselves. Nobody want to do the work. So if black men saying, hey, black women, you guys doing this, fix A, B, and C, and we have a rebuttal saying, well, y'all doing this, it's going to butt heads and everybody going to go the opposite. So them going across seas are basically them not want to, I don't want to say don't want to deal with us, but we have no solution. There's no way to fix it if women have concern with men have concern with women, and there's no solution, where do we go from there? We're going to keep repeating the same thing. It's going to keep getting repeated until somebody.
No, there's a
solution, but how do we get there? What's the solution?
Do as God said. God, man, woman, children.
Right. I think.
Oh shit.
Right. I get that, but I
So do you? So do you follow your husband?
I don't have a rebuttal against that because that's Bible.
I know, but see, you follow
under
your
my
husband,
husband's
right?
covering, yeah.
Right, and Carrie follows her husband, right?
Right.
And guess what? You are the too few women that actually have a ring. So maybe you two ladies should be out there actually promoting what women should be doing and not being afraid to be the bad guy.
And women are not going to listen. Sorry.
See, you can't, like, I get what you're saying, but I can't make my experience somebody else's. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about here. And it goes back to what I said. It goes back to what I said about the separation of the two types of women, just like it's a separation of the two types of men. That's the reason why men are in charge to protect men from other men, because there is two different types of men innately. Let's just break this down like that. You know, we have men that are going to do horrible things. We know this as men. So the men that are not thinking like that our brains ain't wired like that, we're going to protect the decent people from set men. That's the reason why laws are in place, law enforcement, armies, things like that. We know this. It works the same way with women. At least it used to. There used to be a separation in the women before y'all got infused with each other's feelings and things like that. Now y'all can't seem to separate yourselves because y'all do enjoy the benefits of this crazy shit that go on. Y'all do. We ain't trying to hear that shit.
What the French toast is there to think about?
You can't make this shit up.
In some way, shape, form, or fashion, women do enjoy the benefits of what this woman's movement has come to. So, you know, yeah, they do, you know, yeah, of course it may seem like it's hard to separate. Yeah, it will be hard to separate because you will have to condemn other women to a point to where, yeah, you have to knock them out the box. Women always throughout the history have kept other women in line, just like men keep other men in line. Women have done that, but some reason seems like nowadays, you know, women have become weaker with each other. And we're just talking about women creating discipline for other women here right this second. You know what I'm saying? That's what used to happen. Women used to keep other women in line. The women that were, like I say, wife and all this type of stuff, polite society type women, they used to keep the women of the night in line. That's not happening anymore. The lines are blurred. That's the reason why we're having all these confusing conversations, because, you know what I'm saying, women nowadays, they enjoy what the nightlife women actually bring to the table for women. And then at the same time, too, the nightlife women actually enjoy what the marriage type of women bring to the table for them. So, you know, it's a confusing situation, and women do not want to stand on business about separating themselves. That's how you could clear this up. Separate yourselves. Regardless of whether women want to hear it or not, they're going to hear it, because they're going to hear it and feel it, because women that are not in that nightlife category, they're going to separate themselves, and they're going to shame the women that are in the nightlife category and keep them in a certain place at a certain level.
Thank me in the morning. You ain't right, man. Oh, I'm right. You'll see.
We all individually. I'm sorry.
See? You can't do that, Kay. Kay, no, you can't be afraid to tell the truth.
Because I was talking and you said something, so I said I'm sorry because I did not hear you.
No, I apologize for interrupting you, Kay. But I'm saying what you're doing is working. And men like us, good men, will have good women's backs. And we will defend you and protect you.
Right.
Okay? So if you get out there with the message of, hey, being under the cover of your husband, of a good man, is the best way. We're going to listen. You're protected. You don't gotta work. I get to be a woman. I get to be a wife. I get to have the soft life my whole life instead of.
Well, now hold on, brother. It's no such thing as a soft life for anybody on this damn planet. Women have always worked, and I'm going to keep stressing that. if your wife is a helpmeet, that means that there's fucking work involved. It's work involved in being a helpmeet. So women always work. You know, we as men also have to get out of this delusional situation to where we want to, you know, have our wives just sit around the house all goddamn day. It's like, no, that's not a soft life. How these women for thousands of years were able to work, be helpmeets to their husband and things like that, but they still stay feminine. We're escaping these points. And these are just facts. So all this, you know, you know, a woman doesn't feel right if she doesn't have a man that's able to provide and this and that. How many men listen, look, providing doesn't just necessarily stop with the money. A man's provision is more than money. If we're talking about a protection and all this type of stuff, that's more than money. The comfort of having a strong man around a woman and children and stuff, that's more than money. We're always trying to break this thing down to a dollar amount. That shows the greed that we have in society, the lust that we have for this damn dollar. It goes back to what I said. We are supposed to make the money, not let the money make us. And that's just the truth. And we're doing too much of the money making us instead of us making the damn money.
Of working and slaving like you're some man. I don't think women should be out here slaving like men. What do you say?
Go ahead, CJ.
So I agree with everything you just said. That's kind of difficult to do this, and that's kind of difficult to carry out that plan in this economy when the average black man makes between $47,000 and $50,000 a year. And I don't think a grown adult black woman wants to struggle with a man that's making that much.
Who says that they're struggling? See, this is the thing, you know what I'm saying, that a lot of women are idolizing because they have all this internet and stuff like that, and they're too busy looking at other bitches' lives and shit. When at the end of the day, behind the scenes of that internet, a lot of these chicks not living the life that they really promoting on this net right here. So that's what's going on. They're too busy looking at what they need, what they don't need to look at, and things like that. Listen, look, hold on here. I got a little something. Damn it. I hope this don't go over too far, but yeah. Let me see something here. Hold on. Let me check this out. I may have it. Hopefully I got it. But too many women are not focused on the plan at hand. Do I have it? Damn it, I don't think I have it. Y'all just bear with me. Let me check some stuff out real quick. Let me check some stuff out real quick. I may not even have it, man. Sorry, y'all, but hold on. I gotta check this out because it's the real though. Damn it. I don't think I have it on that one. Yeah. But the thing of it is that women are not, you know, using their damn brains anymore. They're not separating themselves from the actual bats. And that's posing them a problem. You know what I'm saying? There's too much emotion involved with a lot of women, and they cannot separate themselves. But they're going to have to in order to, you know, what's the word they like to use? Manifest. They're going to have to separate themselves in order to manifest what they really want. And what I mean by what I titled this as their sexual marketplace value, a lot of women are not understanding just because you have just because you got hold to a certain dollar amount, that does not mean that your sexual marketplace value changes. And how you look, what level that you're on for the look is, of course, innately how men actually, what men want to actually get up in the morning and look at. Sorry, but it's the truth, though. It's just the truth. And a lot of women think just because, well, I'm making XYZ and I can't date this dude because he's not making more than me and things like that. Yeah, you got blessed where you can, make a little bit extra, but that does not change your sexual marketplace value as a person, as a basic human being, as a woman. It doesn't change that. I don't care what surgery you think you can get. I don't care about none of that crap that you think that you can have. That does not change your sexual marketplace value. And that's what Brother Kevin was trying to explain. You know what I'm saying? It don't change that just because, you know what I'm saying, you the VP of Bank America as a woman. That don't change your sexual marketplace value. That's the reason why a lot of them women, if you making $100,000 and this and that more as a woman, stuff like that, and you wonder, well, I'm around all these high-powered men, they're making more than me, this and that, woo to woo. That don't change your sexual marketplace value. It don't. And that's the problem. You want to try to change something that you can't change. Surgery won't change that. Won't nothing change that. Won't nothing change who God made you as. Just because you could gain a few more dollars. It don't change that. And a lot of women are not willing to accept this. It's sad, but it's true. And that's just the point of the situation about the separation that women need to start having. They need to start getting back to actually condemning, you know what I'm saying, the nightlife chicks versus the daylight chicks. If you just want to keep this blunt and honest, it's going to have to be a separation and things like that. It's going to have to be a separation in the way that y'all dress or way that y'all carry yourselves, your tone, your mannerisms, your archetype, things like that. You're going to have to stop wearing the uniform of the nightlife woman. I get it because, a lot of women, they like, nails and all this type of stuff. You're going to have to separate yourselves like women used to be separated. You're not strong. You're not as strong as the women back in the day. I'm sorry, you're not. You're not.
What the French toast is there to think about?
And men know this. And I'm not saying that men nowadays are not as strong as the men mentally as previous generations either. But yeah, though, it's going to have to be a separation. And that's the only way this is going to get back to some type of balance, But it is what it is, though, man. Hey, shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure that you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line. Mad love to all my subscribers. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Please comment. My link to my X, TikTok, and my email are down below. And I always show the bottom line news some love. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.
Who responsible for all these hoes in the street? You?
God, Jared, you can't make this shit up.
talk about that some other time.
Now I want to talk about it now. See,
Fred,
another reason
Fred, I said we'll talk about that some other time.
you don't tell me what I can talk about. You don't tell me what I can talk about in my own house.
Don't you point your finger at my nose, Fred Sanford.
I'll point my finger at your nose and I'll point my foot somewhere else.